Hi guys, welcome back to the Uncut review. We're changing it up. We've decided that we're changing everything. We're changing the channel. So the channel is no longer going to be Uncut Podcast. It's going to be the Uncut Show or something similar. We're still working on it, but we're pretty sure that's what we're going with. We're going to still be doing the podcast. That's not going anywhere. That's our passionate thing that we love. It's our baby. It's not going nowhere. So we'll still have the Uncut Podcast. That isn't changing. But we just wanted to start doing reviews on movies, TV shows, that sort of stuff. So we're doing the Uncut reviews. Uncut reviews, it's basically like the podcast, just much shorter. If you don't have time to listen to us ramble on about Marvel for an hour and a half, you can just come to here. We'll tell you what's going on. We'll tell you what we liked and what we didn't like in about 20 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer, but it shouldn't be much longer than that.
Yeah.
Have I got everything right, Finton?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear from my background because I've actually used my green screen for once, what we're going to be reviewing today.
He's finally using the green screen.
Yeah.
If you're a Marvel enthusiast like us, you know that Wandavision just dropped episode 1 and 2. We're going to do reviews for both of them. This one's going to be purely episode 1. We might reference episode 2, but episode 2 is going to have its own whole video. If you're going to watch beyond this, spoilers.
Massive spoilers. We are going to talk everything.
We're going to talk about everything. So if you haven't watched it yet, go and watch it, come back, listen to our opinion. If you don't care about spoilers, keep going. That's up to you. But yeah, let's jump in with the review. And right off the bat, we both think it's fucking brilliant.
It is so good. It is genuinely, it's so good. I don't even know how to explain it because it wasn't, I didn't have any hopes for it because I always get scared that Marvel are gonna do the safe option.
Same.
But it was genuinely so much fun to watch.
What I will say, this is major nitpicking, and I just want to get any negative stuff out of the way right now. For me, the story's been a bit slow. Finton disagrees. He'll get into that, but for me, the story so far, we don't even have a main villain yet. We don't really have anything going on. But the reason I say that's only a minor negative is because the amount of fun you're going to have while you're watching, you just won't care. You just will not care about villains.
It's so good.
It's actually very funny.
Yeah, it genuinely is. I knew it was going to be a sitcom-based scenario because they've kept everything about it very close to their chest until it came out. There hasn't been much about it, and seeing how funny it actually is genuinely surprising. It's as funny as regular sitcoms, like stuff like Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother. They're genuinely as funny as them.
I think what makes this one so good is that sitcom humor is, it's funny, but it's not funny. But the reason it works here is because obviously we've never seen a superhero sitcom before. Really.
Yeah, that's what I say. You've never seen them in this capacity. You've never seen them be funny. In movies, they never are.
Exactly. They're always super serious and trying to save the day, but in this one, they're just given room to breathe and flex as characters. And I think fans of the MCU and specifically fans of Wanda and Vision will love it. The first episode basically opens up and Wanda smashes a plate into his head by accident, and they make a witty remark about it, and that sets the tone for the whole show, in my opinion. Obviously, we've only had 2 episodes so far, but I can definitely see that it's going to be quite serious going on. It's quite funny, sorry, not serious. Not serious. I'm tired, man. It's early. But yeah, what do you think about the humor, man? Did you enjoy it? Are you not a fan?
Oh my god, it's one of the. It's honestly, I expected it to be a normal MCU thing, where it's very serious. There's a couple of jokes here and there, but I was when it's not that chuckle that you do when it's not laugh out loud funny, but it's the. I was doing that so often throughout it.
Same,
all the time.
Same, the whole time.
It's so funny.
The whole time I was just there I just think they really nailed the tone. Also, something that me and Finton had a little conversation before this, just talking about little things that we liked because we don't like the videos to be too rambly. But something that we didn't mention that I loved was the fact that they stuck with the black and white aesthetic.
Oh, it's
for
so good.
Nearly 2 episodes, whole 2 episodes. We knew that there was going to be color back. Spoilers for episode 2, but at the end of episode 2, they bring back the world in color. but the whole of episode 1 and like 90% of episode 2 is all in black and white, and I'm just like very impressed that they stuck to that, because some people are turned off by black and white. I know it sounds really stupid, but some people will see a show as in black and white and be like, nah. But this show nails it. You get a really cool feel for the world. I'm not sure if it's set in like the 70s or 80s. Is that right?
It literally
Maybe
it
even
goes
further
through.
back.
I think I think it starts. I want to say it starts in the 50s or the 60s. I feel like it's 50s, and then it's gonna go from then until now. I think
Oh
from what
yeah,
I've
yeah,
read,
yeah.
but I don't know.
I think you're right. But yeah, so they just nail that aesthetic really well, and it just works. Another little downside for some people, I don't mind it because I don't need all shows and stuff to be like this, but there is essentially no action.
Yeah, there isn't.
There is no fighting.
Well,
There's
I
nothing
mean,
like that yet.
yeah, it's not action per se, but there is like a
No,
weird, eerie, like there's a weird, eerie feel to the entire thing, and they start that from the first
definitely.
episode. And like this is what I was like when Gio said earlier that there isn't really much of a story. This is where I kind of disagree, because I really like the fact that in the first episode, like if anybody's watched it, they'll know. And again, spoiler warning, even though we said we weren't going to spoil the bit where
Yeah.
what's I can't remember the guy's name, but Vision's boss from the first episode, I can't remember. But when he starts asking, like, where are you from? How long have you been married? And all this, and they physically cannot remember. Like, the awkward, like, stare off when that boss is choking. Like, it's just that weird, eerie, like, it's the first episode, and yet still stuff doesn't feel right. They don't give you time to acclimatize. They're like, right, you know these two,
Absolutely.
we're going to ruin it.
Absolutely, and that's what I meant when I said that there isn't much action in the normal, in the normal sense of action.
Yeah,
there are moments of really good tension, like the toaster. That moment was tense.
The toaster.
That moment was tense. So let's not spoil the toaster moment. You need to go and watch the show.
Yeah,
but
the toaster is good.
it was tense, but yeah, the real moment of tension in episode 1 where you start to realize that things aren't right is definitely at dinner. But even before that, it's really expertly done. Like you won't even think about it while you're watching the episode, but there's a calendar and they've marked it with a heart, and they're going, oh, like we can't remember why. Like why can't we remember
that's
that?
his name. It's Mr. Hart.
Mr. Hart. That's it. Yeah.
That's his boss's name.
But they can't remember why they've done that, and they're like, oh, what's going on? And at the time you just think, oh, like they're just trying to set up jokes, it's funny. But then by the end of the episode you look back and you're like, oh, they don't even remember when they got together, they don't even remember why they're there. And you start to realize like there's more going on. And then straight spoilers for the end of the episode, you realize that they're actually in a TV show themselves.
Yeah, this is what messed with my head, right? Because it took me so long to work this out. So to anybody that has watched it and doesn't get it, also, if we're wrong, please let us know, because we've both come up with this and we think it's right, but we don't know. So the show WandaVision is in the MCU, and not like it's like part of the films, as in it's genuinely being shown to somebody that is watching it in the cinematic universe. Like they are watching.
Yeah. So Tony Stark.
Show.
Oh no, he's dead. But Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner
is watching
could sit down
WandaVision
and watch this show.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. That's what we mean by this. Again, we don't 100% know that is true, but that's what's implied. So at the end of the episode, just for context, if you haven't watched it, if you're not able to watch it for whatever reason, so the camera pans out and it shows like an old school like TV, all in black and white, with Wanda and Vision, smiling into the camera, and then there is a person sat there watching it, taking notes, and on their notebook I noticed a symbol, but I'm not deep enough into the lore to know what that symbol is.
I don't know what it is, but I've read it's called the sword. It's the sword symbol that apparently it has like connotations for what they could do with phase 4. So like we do need to read into this, but like we have literally, the show came out
Interesting.
3 hours ago from when we're recording this. So like we haven't had
We
much time.
watched the show. Text each other, when do you want to record? I said now. Went for a shower, and then now we're recording. So
Yeah,
we went straight into it. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. So if anyone knows what that is, let us know. We're going to look into it later anyway. But yeah, like that was really cool, like world building. We kind of realized like, okay, like this is when you really do realize like stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Like this is kind of crazy, you know what I mean? So that was really cool. Is there anything more that you wanted to mention?
This is just an idea that has come to my head, and it does completely contain this does have spoilers for the second episode. But could that person that you see at the end with the notebook be the person that is talking to Wanda through the radio? I've just thought of that now. I don't know, but okay. Are you thinking
I don't
that?
think
Okay.
so, because I initially thought that it was going to be Captain America talking to her, but then I realized that don't make sense because Captain America's old now. But I don't think it's that person talking to them. I also think the person that we see at the end of episode 1 is a woman. I'm pretty sure that it's female.
Okay. I honestly
I don't know why.
I didn't actually pay that much attention. Like I noticed she was there, but I didn't pay. Well, they. I didn't pay attention to who they were. Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't think it's that, but it's definitely interesting. So yeah, that's episode 2. We'll talk about that in episode 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, episode 1, to be fair, like not a lot happens. It's obviously just it's world building. You get to know what's going on. You kind of get this weird, eerie feeling throughout the episode. Even when things are going right, you kind of think this isn't normal, because subtle things like they do, like for example, that black and white filter. When you're watching it, you're thinking, nah, but this isn't normal though. Like they don't usually do black and white, shows or movies. So little things like that really do tip you off that there's things going on that you don't know about. And so far, really good.
Yeah, I did just want to say on that black and white thing, one thing I did also like as well is I watched it on my iPad, but I like the fact that they've got like that 4:3 aspect ratio, so it still doesn't even fill out your screen. So it's still like there's the black outline around the sides. I'm like, I love that they went black and white and we're gonna close in the screen. I was like, yes, you've fully committed.
Yeah, man. I watched it on my I just recently bought a 4K TV, to anyone that doesn't know me personally. So I watched it on like my big 4K TV, HDR on. Looks amazing. And you can't really tell when it's in black and white, but when they bring the color back in, you're like, damn. This is amazing.
That's episode 2.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in episode 2. We'll talk about that. For me, like, do you want to just give this one a rating out of like 10?
I'd say a solid 8, because I don't know where it's. I really enjoyed it, but like you said, you don't really know where it's going. Like you learn a lot more in episode 2, but just based solely on episode 1, you don't really know where it's going. That would be my only gripe with it. Is it's like you could there's that uncomfortable tension through the entire episode. Like as soon as that first thing happens where they can't remember stuff, then you just like it's always in the back of your head that something's not right. So it just makes it slightly uncomfortable. Definitely. But other than that, I'm like, there wasn't much plot. It was more just here's Wanda and Vision again, because you haven't seen them in like over a year.
In a while, yeah. See, for me, it's a 7 out of 10. I'm dropping it 1 down, just because, like you said, like even though I personally enjoyed it, I'm a fan of like movies like Goodfellas, for example, which are like hours long. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind that slow burn, but for other people that have come to this for like a superhero show, there isn't any action for them. They might not enjoy it as much. So even though that shouldn't put you off, you should watch it regardless, because especially if you're an MCU fan, because you're going to need to watch these shows to actually understand what happens in the movies now. That's how the world's going. It's crazy, but 7 out of 10 is still really good, really enjoyable. You're going to love watching it. It feels fun to watch. It's funny. Really, really excellent moments of tension.
It's got me back into the MCU. Like it genuinely has.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because
Wow, I was never out of it personally.
like I wasn't out of it, but it was like the year away where like because of COVID and everything, that's going to get us demonetized. Great, I had to say that. Lovely. But
Nice.
because there wasn't any movies or anything, I was kind of like, I've watched Endgame. Do I need to commit all this time to watching Phase 4? But now I'm like, the TV show is like, it's the same with Mandalorian. The Mandalorian got me back into Star Wars. So it's the Wandavision has started doing the same thing with me. Like, it might just be the first 2 episodes that are really good, but like it's got me re-excited for all the Marvel stuff coming out rather than just being like, I'll watch it at some point.
Cool idea that I just had.
Ooh.
When the whole season of WandaVision is out, we might compare that to the Mandalorian and just see how they stack up against each other. If that's something people would want to watch, let us know. Comment, messages, whatever.
I can talk
Socials
about
will
the
be in the
Mandalorian
description
forever,
as usual.
so
Same. See, like for me so far, I'd have to say that the Mandalorian is better, but obviously we've got 2 seasons of the Mandalorian. We've got 2 episodes of this, so it's, you know, I can't say that yet. But
yeah.
episode 1, 7 out of 10 for me, 8 out of 10 for Finton. Very good episode. It will get you into it. It will get you invested. You'll enjoy it, and you'll enjoy episode 2 more. But that's another video. That's another video. We're gonna hop and do that one now. Is there anything more you want to say before we close up?
No, I'm good. I think we've covered everything. It's genuinely worth
All
watching.
good.
As I feel like that's the big thing to say. Is it is genuinely, even if you're only like a casual MCU fan, it's actually like it's worth putting the time into right off the bat. It genuinely looks like it'll be worth
Absolutely. 100%. And if you can watch it in how it's meant to be watched in like HDR and stuff like that, like definitely do it. Like if you've just bought like a new TV, you need something to watch, WandaVision, do it. It's brilliant. But yeah, I think that's everything for this one. Hope you all enjoy. We're gonna record episode 2 straight away as well because you've just watched that one, so you'll see that soon. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for putting up with us as usual. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you comment. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to hear. Make sure you subscribe as well.
I was going to say, he forgot to say subscribe.
I was saying it. Don't worry, big man. Don't worry. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. These, I think we're going to only put these on YouTube. They're not going to be on Spotify.
Yeah.
So for content like this, just stay tuned on YouTube. Turn the notifications on if you want to, and so you never miss one. But also, you know, get at Spotify if you want to listen to the podcast and stuff while you're just wandering around walking your dog. Brilliant. I think that's everything. Thank you all for listening. See you next time.
See you next time.